Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. So today is our first day of our first bootcamp, that is G.U.I using Python. So Edspread is a platform which provides bootcamps every single week on different topics such as Java, Python, HTML, G.U.I, and etc. I'm very much excited to kick off the first bootcamp, that is G.U.I using Python. So let's jump into the course. So we are having a PPT here, which we will be taking as a reference for the first day. So in the first day, we will be looking at the basics of Python. So let us look at the outcomes of the course. The outcomes of the course is, first thing is we will know the basics of Python. We will learn the basics which are useful for GUI. We will be not going into in-depth topics of Python because they are not used in GUI. And the second thing is we will be getting knowledge on Kinter module. We use Kinter module for graphical user interface in Python. There are other modules available for graphical user interface, but we are preferring Kinter because it is widely used. So on the third outcome is we will be doing a project on the weekend, and and you guys need to do a project to get certified from Edspread. So let's get started. And before going to the day one, I would like to say something about the terms and conditions in which you have to follow to get the certification. So daily at the end of the stream, you will be getting a link in which you have to fill compulsorily in order to get the attendance. So the thing one is attendance, and thing two is you have to fill the form every single day. Uh, if you fill the form for 7 days, you will be getting certificate of participation, and if you complete the project at the end, you will be getting the certificate of completion, right? So make sure not to miss the Google form, and don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. So let's jump into the course. In day one, we'll be looking at the basics of Python, and the first thing we have to do is we have to install Python and we have to install VS Code. VS Code is nothing but a code editor, right? So in order to run Python programs, we need Python. So and the first thing is that, and the second thing is we will be learning the basic program in Python and data types and variables, and we'll be learning about input function, and we'll be learning about type conversion. So let's kick off the day. And the first thing is installing Python and VS Code. And there are two steps here. The first step is to install the Python, and second step is to install the VS Code. In order to install Python, we need to go into python.org, and we have to download Python and install it. Okay, so let me show you how to install it. So once you go to python.org, you will be seeing a screen like this. What you have to do is go to the download section, and here you will be seeing Python 3.9.6. The time which I am making this video, the version of Python is 3.9.6. It may increase based on the time you are using. If you try to install it about an year ago, so it can be varied. So it is not a problem. It can be any version. They will be updating Python every single month or every single year. So we have to click this, and the download will be started, right? And next step is we have to install VS Code, right? So in order to install VS Code, just search VS Code download in Google and open the official website, and we can download there. Let me show you how you can do it. Just search for VS Code download in Google, and you will be getting the first link, and open it. Once we open it, you will be seeing a screen like this. So if you are a Mac user, you download the Mac version. If you are a Linux user, download the Linux version. And if you are using a Windows version, check out this. I'm using a Windows 10 and my system is 64-bit. So I'm selected 64-bit. Right. Once you click on that one, the download will be started. So we are downloading both Python and VS Code now. Right. So I have already downloaded this file. So I'll show you how to install this. Okay. So once we minimize this one, we can see two files here, that is, one is VS Code and one is Python, right? So first let us install Python. Let us open the Python file. Right, so it will open up like this, and once we should checkbox this one, add Python 3.0 to the path, and install now, right? So it will take some time to install, and meanwhile I would like to say something. if you have any kind of doubt throughout the course, don't forget to post it in the live stream, or if you are watching the video after the live stream, you can even comment on the comment section of YouTube video, right? So no need to hesitate if you have any kind of doubts. And the PPT which we are using and the attendance links will be posted in the live stream chat, and as well as in the description box. So you need not to worry if you miss the Google form, if you lost connection at the end of the video, right? So Python is being installed. It will take some time, and it is installing. Meanwhile, I would like to show the what we're gonna do today. So in the day one, we have completed this one, installing Python, and we'll be installing VS Code next. And next is basic program, data types and variables. I'll be explaining you what is data types, and what are the various types of data types, and what is the meaning of variable. And after that, we'll be looking at input statement, and we will be looking at type conversion and types of type conversion. There will be two types of type conversion, that is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion, right? So setup was successful. Okay, so now Python is installed. Now let us go for VS Code. Since Python is installed, now we have to do one more installing, that is VS Code. Now let's try to open the VS Code, and just a minute. So this will pop up, and you have to accept the agreement, press next, select the path, and press next, and make sure you check all these boxes, because it is easy to access, and they will provide some shortcuts to open VS Code, right? So don't forget to check all those boxes. And next, and now VS Code is being installed. So we have installed Python, and we are installing a code editor which we'll be using to execute programs, right? So it will take some time. Here I'm using VS Code. In the place of VS Code, we can use other code editors like PyCharm. It will be anything will be fine. Since I'm familiar with VS Code, I have been using for this so many years. So I'm using VS Code, right? So let us try to finish it, right? So here you can see icon. Visual Studio Code is installed. So let us open Visual Studio Code. Right, so this is the interface we will be getting once we open the VS Code. So what you're going to do is, once you open this one, go to here, the corner, and you will be finding extensions. Press the extensions and search for Python. Here you can see Python. Here automatically it has detected Python, and it is installing Python. Since I have installed Python from python.org, so it is installing automatically. In case it is not installing automatically, you just need to press install, and it will be installed, right? So this extension is used to execute programs, and there are so many other features which are useful. So let us wait to finish this up, and we can start with our course. Right, so this is installed. Now what you're going to do is, let's close this one, and let us open a new file. And what you have to do is, in order to open a Python file, what you have to do is save as, and select a destination, and write whatever the first program. So we are trying to write our first program, right? First underscore program, and don't forget to put .py at the end. So if you put .py, it will open Python file, right? Once you write the file name and save it, there is a Python file open here, and we can type here and we can execute a program. So let us go back to the PPT, right? So we have completed the installing Python and VS Code. So now we are trying to write our first Python program, right? So in order to get the output, we use print, right? In order to get output, we use print statement. If we write anything under the print statement, it will be displayed on the output. Okay. So this is a statement here. To get anything you write on the output window, just write the word or statement in the print, and in the apostrophes you need to write one, right? If you want to print hello world, that is if you want to get the output in the output window hello world, so what you have to do is print and open the parenthesis and put apostrophes and hello world and close it, so the output would be hello world. So let's try this one in VS Code. So what is print apostrophes hello world, right? Once you do this, make sure to save it. There is a shortcut to save, that is Ctrl+S. Okay, we have saved this one, and in order to run the program, we need to go to the top right, and then we will be seeing a green button. Once we press this one, the program will be executed, and you will be getting the output, right? It is being executed, so there you go. This is the output. Okay, since we are writing hello world in the print, we are getting hello world. For example, your name is Ram. So if you want to print Ram on the output window, just put Ram here, right? And make sure to save that one. I have set the shortcut Ctrl+S, right? Now if we run this one, there is Ram, right? So this is how you write the first year program in Python. So let's get back to the PPT. We have completed your first Python program. I hope you guys understood. This is very simple, right? Compared to other languages such as C, it is very simple, right? So next we'll be looking at the data types and variables. Data types are the classification or categorization of data items. So there are many types of data in Python. We can store data in different data types, right? So there are various data types, and here I have listed out them, that is int, float, string, list, dictionary, tuple, and set. So let us start with this one. No need to panic if you don't know anything. I will be explaining from basics, right? So let us look at int first. For example, we are having x equal to 7. So basically int means it is the integer part. It does not contain any kind of point. I hope you got it. So if you write x equal to 7.5, it is not an integer, so it is not an int. So the type of x is not integer. So if we remove the point, x equal to 7, now it is int. Since it is not having any points, so it is int, right? So if you want to confirm it, x equal to 7, and let us try to print the type of x. Here x is a variable, right? X is a variable, just it is a name. Okay, x equal to 7. So let us try to print the type of x. Print type of x, right? The type of x will return the type of the data type. Okay, here we are trying to print the type of the data type. So once we press Ctrl+S, and let's try to print this one, right? See, we're getting our output. What we're getting? Class int. So it is telling that x is a data type which is of integer data type. Okay, so this is int. Okay, next let us go for float. Float is nothing but which contains points, right? It is very simple. If we add one more point here, x equal to 7.3, and we try to print it one, I hope you guys can guess it, right? Try to guess this one. What it will be? It will be float, right? There you go. Here it is, float, right? So the basic difference between int and float is int does not contains any decimal part, okay, and float contains decimal parts. And one more example is, if you put like this, x equal to 7.00. Now try to think what it can be. It can be int or it can be float. Guess it. I hope you got the right answer. There you go. It is float. Why it is float? Because it's having decimal points. Even though there are zeros after decimal points, it contains decimal. That is the main part, right? So it is float. Now let us open the PPT again, and we are here. We are having string. Okay. The third data type which we are learning is string. So let us try to explore what is string. Okay, let us take a variable x. Variable is nothing but a name which stores the data, right? X equal to, let us the representation of string is we have to write in the apostrophes or single apostrophes or triple quotes, right? So let's try this. X equal to power. So I've taken a random word here, and power is in the apostrophes, right? It can be single or it can be double or it can be triple. I have taken single apostrophes, right? Now let us try to print the type of x. Print type of x. Now let us save the program, Control plus S, and let us try to run it. You can see here class str. Str is nothing but string. A string is a data type which is written in the apostrophes, which contains either numbers or word. It can contain either number or word. Okay, so here we are taking power is a word. It is in the single apostrophes, so it is string. Now let us try to write in the double quotes. We'll be getting the same answer, power, right? We again got same, right? Now let us try to execute in the triple quotes. Let us try to print this one. Still we are getting the same. I hope you got it. So we have seen what is int, what is float, and what is string. Now let us try to go into the next one. What it is list, right? So let us take a variable x again. List is nothing but it contains various data types in a single data type. Okay. So what you're gonna do is x equal to, the syntax of list is square brackets. Once you write square brackets, and you can write any kind of data types and any number of data types, right? So what you're gonna do is, let us try to take an int first. Can you guess what is int? It is an integer type which does not contain any decimal point, right? So I am taking a random number 12. So it is an integer. Now let us try to take an floating point. That is nothing but float. Float. What is float? It contains decimal part. So comma 12.4534, right? So it is floating point number. Now let us take string. What is string? String is a data type which contains either numbers or words, or the numbers and words combined in the apostrophes. Okay, so let's put some apostrophes and let us write the same word again, right? So this is a list. List is a data type which contains various variables, and they can be any type of variables. It can be int, it can be float, it can be string, or they all can be combined, right? So let us try to print the type. Print type of x. Okay, here you go. This is class list. So it is telling that the type of x is list. Okay, and there are some things which you need to learn in x. Now in list, if you want to add anything, there is a method called append. Okay, so suppose there are 3 elements in the list. Now you want to add the 4th element. So let us assume that z, we are trying to add z. So let z equal to 32, right? Z equal to 32. If we want to add z into x, what we're going to do is x dot append, and what we are trying to append, z. Okay, so this is a syntax here. What is x? X is a list. X is a list, right? And we are trying to append. What we are trying to append? We are trying to append z, right? So we have added z. Now let us try to print the x. Print x. Okay, now let us try to save the program, Control plus S, and let us try to run the program. Now you can see here there are 4 elements here. Why there are 4 elements? Initially there are 3 elements, that is 12, 12.34 and power. And we are trying to add one more element, that is 32. And to add that one, in the third line we have taken an operation, that is x dot append z. Right? What is x? It is a list. The list which contains these 3 elements. What is append? Append is a function which is used to add element into the list. And what we are trying to append? Z. Right? So we have added z, that is 32, and we are trying to print x. So it will be modified. The 3 elements will be become into 4 elements. So this is the final output. Right? And I would like to show you one more thing, which is accessing in the list. So here is x. Now I want only the first element. That is first element is 12. So if I want only first element, print. What we have to write here, there is syntax, there is a thing called index in list. The index starts from 0, right? So 0th position is contains 12, first position contains 12.34 and second position contains power, right? So if you want to access the first position, that is equal to 0th index, what is the syntax is print x, and the square brackets, in the square brackets we have to write 0. Right? Let us try run the program, and we got 12 here. Right? How we got 12? In the x, what is x? It is a list. In the x we are accessing the 0th position, that is 0th index. What is there in the 0th index? 12. Right? So if you want to access this word, that is power, how will you access it? 12 is at the 0th index, 12.34 is at the first index, power is at the second index. So what we have to write? Yes, you guessed it right. We have to write it 2 here. And there you go, boom. Power is displayed here, right? So this is how I access elements in the list. And we have seen adding element in the list, we have seen accessing elements in the list, and we have and let us see the removing elements in the list. Okay, so let us try to remove an element from the list. So I want to remove this element, and I want to keep 12 and power, only these 2 elements in the list. Since I want to delete 12.34, which is at the first index, right? 12 is at the 0th index, 12.34 is at the first index. So what you have to do is x dot pop, and what is the index which we are trying to delete? 1. Right? So next what you're going to do, we have to print the modified list, print x. There you go, 12.34 is deleted. And what we are seeing here, 12 and power, so 12.34 is deleted. So this is how you delete element in the list. So we have seen adding element in the list, we have seen accessing element in the list, and we have seen deleting element in the list, right? So remaining, there are many more operations on the list. We'll be looking at the G.U.I phase, that is next to the last 3 days of the course, right? So let us jump into the next data type, that is dictionary. So dictionary is nothing but a data type which contains pair, that contains a key and a value. Okay, so let us try to look at it with an example. So I have taken my dictionary, that is a variable, and I have taken one dictionary that contains 1, that is Ram, and 2 is Lakshman. Right? So you need to remember the syntax of this. Okay, so here 1 is the key and Ram is the value, right? And here 2 is the key and Lakshman is the value. Okay, so it is nothing but a pair. Okay, so let us try to print it. Print my dictionary. Okay, so we are getting this one. Okay, exact thing we are getting. And now let us try to access an element in the dictionary. We have seen accessing an element in the list. Now let us try to access an element in dictionary. Okay, so the same thing we have to do. We have to open the square parenthesis, and VS Code automatically gives us suggestions, right? So see, here it is 1 and 2. What are 1 and 2? 1 is the key, and what is 2? 2 is the key. So let us try to access 2 once. Let's see what happens. Let's run the code, and we're getting Lakshman. Right? So what it is giving is, once you provide the key value, it will provide the value of the key. Okay, since we have provided 2, it is giving us output as Lakshman, which is the value of 2. So let's write 1 here. Let's see what happens. It is containing Ram. It is showing Ram. So this is how the dictionary works. Now let's try to add an element into the dictionary. My dictionary of, let's take one more key, that is 3, equal to, and let us take one more thing. And now let us take an integer. Okay, let us write 12. I have an integer 12, and let's try to print it. Print my dictionary. Now let us save it and let us run again. There you go. See here, one pair is added. So there is a 3. What is 3? It is a key. What is 12? It is value, right? So this is how you add an element in dictionary. And I have shown you deleting, and I'm sorry, I have shown you the accessing an element in dictionary, and I have shown you the adding an element to the dictionary. So let us look at the deletion. My dictionary dot pop, select the pop option, and we have to provide the key here. What is key here? Let us try to pop second 2. What is 2 here? Lakshman, right? Now let us try to print the dictionary again. My dictionary, right? There you go. We got 2 outputs. What are these 2 outputs? One output is coming from this third line, and one output is coming from 5th line, right? So from third line, what we are getting, 1 is to Ram, 2 is to Lakshman, 3 is to 12, right? And a 5th line, what we have done here in the 4th line, we have popped the select element. Popping is nothing but deleting. We have popped the second. What is 2? What is 2? 2 is containing Lakshman. So this entire thing is deleted, right? And now we are trying to print the dictionary again. What we got? 1 is to Ram, 3 is to 12. We have deleted 2, so 2 is being popped. I hope you got it. So this is how you manage dictionary, right? Now let us jump into the last data type, that is set. Okay, let me clear this one. And set, what is set? Set is a data type which contains unique values. Even if you give the repeated values in set, it won't allow that one. It will take the unique value, right? So let us try to understand with an example. Let's take x equal to set, right? And after set, okay, I'm sorry, I think I forgot to explain tuple. Okay, let's start with tuple first. The syntax of tuple is x equal to open parenthesis, right? So everything between list and tuple is same. The one thing, the main thing, the difference is, in list you can update or delete elements. In tuple you cannot update or you cannot delete elements. So there is a name called mutable and immutable, right? Mutable means which can be deleted and added. List is mutable, and here comes the tuple. What is tuple? Tuple is immutable. The elements cannot be added and cannot be removed, right? So let us take an example. X equal to 12 comma 43 comma 56 comma, and let us take one more string here. What string we can take? Let's take the same string, power, right? And let us try to print type of x. Control plus S, and let us try to run the program, and there you go. The output has come, and it is telling that one what you are printing type of x. It is telling that one the type of x is tuple, right? You cannot add or delete elements in the tuple. Just remember this, right? And accessing the elements in tuple is same as list, right? X square parenthesis, and the index start from 0, 0th position 12, first position 43, first index 43, 56 is in the second index, power is in the third index. If you want to access 56, we have to write 2 here. I hope you understood the point here, right? 12 contains at 0th index, 43 contains its first index, 56 contains at second index. Let us try to print this one. There you go, 56, right? So this is tuple. Next thing is, and the last thing is set. So set, let me clear this one, and the syntax of set is x equal to set, right? Now what we have to do is, if you want to add elements in the set, x dot add, and we can write anything here. Let us try to add an element here, 2, and let us try to print this one. Print x. Control plus S, and there you go. This is a set. Okay, and let us add one more element. Let us remove the print x dot add play. I'm adding a string here right now, right? Now let us try to print it. Print x, control plus S, and let's run it. There you go. To play. The unique thing about set is there will be no repetitive elements, right? Let me show you with an example. Let x dot add. Let us try to add one more 2. Here we have added 2, and now we are trying to add one more 2, right? Now let's print this one. Print x, right? Let's run it. It is not showing this. It is not showing 2, right? And one more thing about set is it is unordered. It can be shown in any kind of order. List and tuple are ordered. If it will be displayed in the order which we write, right? Set is not displayed in on the, or it may display in the order we write, right? So this is set. Now let us close this one and let us go back to the PPT, and we have seen all the data types in Python, right? Just try to practice in VS Code the things which I have explained here, right? So you will get more confidence. So our next topic is operators. So operators are special symbols in Python that carry out arithmetic or logical calculation, right? So there are 6 type of operators in Python. So there are arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment operators, logical operators, membership operators, and identity operators. So let us look at them one by one. So let us start with arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are nothing but mathematical operations, basic mathematical operations. On the top left, we can see addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and this percentile symbol will give the remainder, double star will give the power, and double slash will give the truncated division, nothing but integer division, right? So let us take a in the first example, a equal to 4 and b equal to 3, then 4 plus 3 is 7, right? So these are just basic operations. Okay, these are arithmetic operators. And next one is relational operators. What are relational operators? Relational operators give the true or false as a answer. So firstly, let's take less than symbol. Let us take two numbers 5 and 2. 5 is less than 2. It is false, right? So the result will be false. And let us take next example, greater than. That is greater than. 5 is greater than 2. It is true, right? So it is true. It is returning true. Similarly, all the cases will follow the same pattern, right? So next which operator do we have? Next we are having assignment operator. Assignment operator is nothing but assigning something. Here equal to, right? Y equal to a plus b. If here using equal to means we are assigning y equal to 10 plus 20, right? So next we are having plus equal to. Plus equal to is nothing but let us take an example. M plus equal to 10. It is nothing but m equal to m plus 10, right? So let us take m equal to 15. So what will be m plus n equal to 10? M equal to m plus 10. What will be m equal to 15 plus 10? So it will be 25, right? Similarly, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, right? So let us take example of slash equal to. M slash equal to 10 is nothing but m equal to m slash 10, right? So what is m here? M equal to 15. What is 15 slash 10? 1.5, right? It is nothing but division, right? So it is relational operator. Assignment operator. Next, let us go with logical operators. Logical operators you might have studied in previous classes. Even though if you are not studied, it is not a problem. Let us discuss here. It contains 3 parts, that is not, and or, right? So let us start with and. For example, we are having 2 variables x and y. They are carrying either false or true. So let us take false and false case. It will be false. There is a trick to remember this. In AND operation, if both are true, then the output will be true, or else all the 3 operators will be false, right? So let us go to OR case. OR case contains the same table x and y. Those are two variables carrying false or true. In OR, if both are false, then x or y will be false. In all the 3 other cases, the answer will be true, right? And NOT case is just the opposite, right? Now let's take a variable x. It is false. The opposite of false is true, right? So next, if x equal to true, the not of x will be false, right? So this is for logical operators. And next, which operator do we have? Membership operators and identity operators. Let's go to the next slide. These are membership operators. Membership operators are used to check whether an element is present in a string, whether an element is present in list, or etc. Let me show you with an example. First, let us read the statements in and not in. it returns the true if value or variable is found in the sequence or false otherwise, right? So let us start with an example. Let us take an example. Let's take a list L equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, and let us print in 2 in L. Let's see what it returns. It will return true. It is executing, and there you go. It has returned true. Why it has returned true? Because we are checking 2 is there in L or not. L contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 2 is present in L, right? So it is returning 2. Let us check the false case. Let us check 6. 6 is not present in L, right? So let us run. It is false, right? So these are membership operators. Membership operator contains one more thing, that is not in. Not in is just the opposite thing of in, right? So let's print 6 not in L. Let's see what it returns. It is returning true. Why it is returning true? It is checking whether 6 is not present in L. Yes, 6 is not present, so it is returning true. Yes, so this is membership operator. Now the last thing is identity operators. Identity operators contains is or is not. It will return true if both the variables have same object, same address, or same value. Then it will return true, or else it will return false, right? So let us take an example. X equal to 20, y equal to 20. Let's print x is y. So it will return true. Why it will return true? Because x and y are having same values and same, so they are returning true. Now let us change the y value. X y equal to 30. Now let us save the program and let's run it. It is returning false. Why it is returning false? Because x and y are different values, right? Now one more thing is there. Is not. Is not is just the quite opposite thing of is, right? So let us do that one. Is not y. Now let's save the program and let's run it, right? So x is not y. That means x is not equal to y. Is 20 equal to 30? No, it is not equal to. So the given statement is true. So it is returning true, right? So these are the basic operators in Python which we will be using in G.U.I. Not we won't use that much in G.U.I. We'll be using this membership operator mostly because we will be searching in lists and etc. and arithmetic operators, and we'll be using all the operators occasionally. So that's about the operators. Input function. Okay. Input function is used to take input from the user. Okay. So the syntax of input is just write input and you have to write in the open parentheses. Okay. So the main thing which you have to remember is input function is always type of string, right? It is always string. Okay. Let me show you with an example. From the beginning of the course, we are taking x equal to 7, x equal to some, what do you say, power, right? We are giving input. Now what if the user wants to give the input, right? So that is when input comes into the play. So let's take an example. Let's take x equal to input and open parenthesis, and let's write something here, apostrophes, and please enter your name. Okay. Now control plus s, sorry, print x, control plus s, and let's try to run this one. There you go. Please enter your name. Now go to the output window and tap here, and you can write anything here. What you want to do? Let me write a name. I'm writing Hemant as name, and once you press enter, the enter key, there you go. Hemant is being printed. Why Hemant is being printed? Since we are giving print x. I hope you got the importance of input statement. Input statement is used to take input from the user, right? So whatever we write here, it will like a comment, right? Let me run you and show me. There you go. It will be mentioned here. Whatever you write, it will be like a hint to the user what we have to write here, right? So this is how. And let us come to the node point. What the node point says, it is saying that input function is always of type string. To change its data type, time conversion is used. So let me show you how it is. X equal to input what I have written here earlier, please enter your name, right? So let us try to print the type of x. Print type of x. Before printing the type of x, let's try to print x. Print x, and let's run it. Please enter your name. Let us write the same name. There you go. The second line which you have written, print x, it is giving the Hemant, and third line it is giving str, right? So the default data type which is being assigned to input function is string. You need to remember this, okay? Str. So if you want, what we have to do, if you want to have different data type, suppose we want to have a number. String is not a number, right? So if you want to have int or float or list, so we have to use type conversion there. Let me show in the PPT. To change its data type conversion is used, right? Let us go into the next slide. Type conversion. So let us see what is type conversion. Converting of an object from one data type to another data type is known as type conversion, right? So for example, input statement is string. We want to change it into int. So what we are using, we are using type conversion. Okay, so type conversion is of two types, that is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. So let's look into first implicit type conversion. So let us look at implicit type conversion. What it is saying, Python automatically converts one data type to another data type. We need not to do anything explicitly. This is first step. So here is an example program. We have taken x equal to 2 and y equal to 2.5. And I hope you can identify the type of x and y, right? X is an int data type. Y it is int data type because it is not having any kind of decimal point. And let us come into y equal to 2.5. Since it is having decimal part, it is float data type, right? So next we have taken z, and we are trying to add x plus y. We are trying to find the sum of x plus y, and we are storing in the z variable, right? And we are trying to print the z, okay? And in the next line we are trying to print type of z. So this thing is generating 4.5, right? 2 plus 2.5 is 4.5. And the next line we are printing type of z, and what it is coming? Float. Why it is coming float? Because float is having so for example, we have taken int and float, right? If you are adding int and float, the automatically the type will be changed into float, right? Because 2 plus 2.5 is 4.5. We cannot write 4 because it is being rounded off. We are not asking the Python to round off, right? So without rounding off, Python automatically converts the int into float. So it will be 2.00 plus 2.5, that is nothing but 4.5, right? So this is implicit type conversion. Let me show you with another example. So let me clear this one. Let us have x equal to 5, y equal to 4.5, and let us try to find the sum of x plus y, x and y. So z equal to x plus y, and let us try to print the z, and let us try to print the type of z. Control plus s, and let us try to run the program, right? There you go. Here you can see 5 plus 4.5 is 9.5, and since it is having point, automatically the resultant answer will be converted into point, so it will be floating data type, right? So this is the implicit type conversion. Let us come into the explicit type conversion. There you go. Here is the explicit type conversion. So in explicit type conversion, we can convert any data type into another data type, right? So for example, I have shown you in the input statement, if you are having string as one data type, and we can convert string into integer or float, right? So let us take an example here. In explicit type conversion, we try to convert the data type of an object to another data type. The syntax is, the required data type should be written outside the parentheses, and inside the parentheses we have to write the existing variable, which is existing data type. So let us try to convert int into str here, right? So we have taken x equal to 5, and what is the syntax? Required data type, and we have taken z is a variable, and the required data type is str here. What is str? It is string. right? And we have to write the existing variable. What is the existing variable here? X. So z equal to str of x, and we are trying to print z, and in the next line we are trying to print type of z. So what will be the output? 5, and 5 is in under apostrophes. What does that indicate? That thing, anything under apostrophes is the data type of string, right? And we are trying to print the type of z, and it has given class str, that is str is nothing but string, right? I hope you guys got it. Now let me try to explain it through an example in VS Code. So let us take x equal to 5. Okay, let's take another example. X equal to 4.5, and let us try to convert x into what is the data type of x here? Can you guys guess it? It is float, right? Because it is having decimal part. Now let us try to convert float data type into data type. How are you going to do? Z equal to anything, new variable. There is no rule to take z and x. You can take any kind of name here, right? What are you going to do? Z equal to, the syntax is the required data type. What is the required data type? Int. And in the parentheses you have to write the existing variable. What is the existing variable here? X, right? Now let us try to print z, and let us try to print the type of z. Type of z. Now control plus s, and let us try to print this one. There you go. 4 and class int. How it has become 4? X is equal to 4.5, and you must be panicking. How it has become 4? Since we are asking it to convert into an integer, 4.5 is converted into 4 because it is being rounded off, right? Here there are no decimal parts here. So since there are no decimal parts, the class, that is the type of the z, is integer. Let me show you with an example. Another example. Let us take x equal to 4.9. Control plus s, and let's run it. Still it is 4, and the data type is int, right? So this is the different type of type conversion. One is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. In implicit we need not to do anything. Python interpreter will take care of that one, and in explicit we need to do by ourselves. We are converting one data type into another data type by totally ourselves, right? Now let us go back to the PPT, and yes, we have completed our day one successfully, and I hope you guys loved the session. I was very excited at the starting of the course, and I'm still excited at the ending of the course. I hope you guys are feeling the same. Don't forget to fill the Google form, which is available in the live chat, and it will be available in the description box as well. And if you guys have any kind of doubts, you can ping us at the live chat or in the comment box, right? Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and let's meet tomorrow again. Thank you.